It's Aleš and Radek from European Coffee Tree.
That's right.
Thanks for the questions, and we'll be making the interview to 15-step workshop. And thanks for questions. And what we are drinking, Radek, right now? We the coffee.
We just came back from our latest trip, and so we've been in Lille, and we got one coffee from Coffee Makers, and this is Kenya. So we will enjoy coffee during the interview. First question. How did you come up with the idea of doing the European Coffee Trip project? What inspired you?
Okay, so I will start. I always say I wanted to travel around the world, and I wanted to have a theme topic to do so. And as I love coffee, I wanted to connect with coffee and wanted to travel through the coffee farms around the world. And I knew that I need to be in Europe, and so this kind of coffee tourism, coffee traveling was already part of my routine, and I thought this might be another opportunity how to travel still in Europe and discover new things. And there were articles from Viktor Frankowski in Coffee magazine and in Sprach that were about the coffee scene in Poland. And as I was living at the moment in Czech Republic, I thought these things are happening also in here, and I was motivated to do the same, to report on what's happening here. And all the things together with sharing this idea with my friends, one of them was Radek, that's how it all started.
Well, for me, it was, Alex shared with me the idea. I really like it, even I had no idea about coffee before. So 1 year ago we started, and I learned a lot, and it becomes a bit passion since then. So yeah, actually you answered the first question.
What inspired you?
What inspired me?
In the very beginning.
Well, as I studied mechanical engineering, so I didn't want to. I was looking for something new, what I can do, and I had my DSLR. I never been taking pictures before, but I really like it. I really enjoyed the atmosphere in cafe, so I quite like the visual part of it. And when you told me about the idea, so I was like, okay, so it might be a good thing. And that was just that I like traveling, as both of us, and the coffee was something new that I wanted to explore and meet new people. So that probably was my motivation at the beginning.
Funny thing is that the video that we made in the very beginning was your first one, right? The first video that you did, and as far as I can say, a bit influenced by, of course, being part of the project, but the quality of the videos, even in the beginning, but like more and more now, and when we have like something, many things, many videos already beyond this, the quality is really good, and it's actually the direction we would like to develop. As we are digital media, we would like to use more the videos, audio formats to what we do. And this leads us to the second question. How did you start the project? And what's your plan for searching coffee shops around Europe? And how did you manage to do that? We set maybe 10 cities that we would like to discover. Most of them were kind of around the Czech Republic, where we are located actually. And so it was a bit easier, so we could travel by car or by bus or train, and quite easily, and took only a few hours to reach Budapest or Warsaw in Poland or Berlin in Germany. So it was a bit easier, but we took it step by step. We kind of searching for the proof of concept that what we thought would be interesting was really interesting for people. And as for searching for coffee shops, it's kind of something that we still need to do, like do the research before we go to the city. It's I don't know if it's easier than it was before. Before the cities were closer to us, so we knew maybe more people from there. On the other hand, we have a way bigger audience or the community that follow us, so it's easier to ask for questions on a Facebook or on Twitter, and people are quite happy to recommend us the places to go.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes our coffee lists are changing because we got some recommendation from people, and when we are actually in the city, so we also ask baristas what cafes should they recommend us, and sometimes as we don't have that much time, so we need to, so where are those cafes that are like must goes, and we usually go there. So our list at the beginning is maybe quite wide, but it's shaping during our stay in the city.
Yeah, several times we were told that the cafe changed the owner, and the quality of service and coffee is not as good as it was before, so there was actually no reason to come to this cafe, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And how did we manage? I don't know how to translate this question, but we were in a way lucky that Radek was still studying, so he got a support from his family, and I have some saved money that I could actually spend on supporting myself in the process of the several first months. So quite it's still quite, we are still quite in the establishing the proper management of our company. But yeah, we were lucky enough to have the some resources to invest in the beginning, because as we have some sponsor right now, but we didn't have them in the beginning. Good. Yeah. Let's go to the next question. How do you feel after you visited so many coffee shops in so many countries? And what's the difference between them? How do we feel? Often over-caffeinated? As we drink quite a lot of coffee. Sometimes not actually, sometimes not. But if we take our maybe average day in the city, it might be four or five cafes, and each one like 1-2 coffees, so it's quite a lot together with all the moving, so we might be pretty tired after a whole day of doing what we do.
Oops.
Let me just check the time.
As we didn't book the place here. Let me see. I was about to say this. I think I usually say that, but I didn't say that for this interview. And we are usually tired from the travel, but what gives us the energy is the people that are actually working in a cafe, or working coffee people, we call them, because they are enthusiastic, they are really excited about what they are doing, and every single conversation is really inspiring, and this is what gives us the energy to continue to work hard and develop the project as much as possible, to reach more people, a bigger community.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Do you see any difference?
Okay, so there are, I can say like in big scale, but I can say, for example, we were surprised in Poland that there are cafes are usually big with it looks some like bistro, that you can even stay there all day long because you have good coffee, you have good food. For example, in Vienna there were more like espresso bars where you can, but it was maybe because of high rents and some other
like the law legislation issues, or basically legislation makes a big influence on how the cafes actually look, because it's a big question of the expense or of the investment the cafe owners need to make, because if you need to make or arrange a toilet for one toilet or 3 toilets or 5 toilets, depending on how many people you want to have in your cafe, it's a big investment issue.
Yeah.
And I was about to say something, and the difference is about the countries. I think it's just in each country or each coffee scene, or especially the coffee scene, is on the different stage. And we actually like to discover the new ones, the ones that there might be only one roaster or several roasters and few cafes, because these people are usually the most excited. They are the most eager to learn and discover new things. And this is the quite different between, say, Kiev or Lviv in Ukraine that we were quite recently, and London, where
Berlin and
Berlin.
the rest of the Germany.
Yeah,
So it's totally big contrast. That in Berlin there are a lot of people who came from Australia, from New Zealand, and the coffee culture is set up really high there than the rest of the Germany.
I don't know if it's actually the quality. It's not about the quality that much, because I think even single cafe in the city can serve the highest quality coffees you can think of, but it's about the volume. So there might not be that many of the cafes, not that many of baristas, and not that many people drink specialty coffee.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Good. Okay,
Next question.
Next question.
Tell us about the frustrated experience and how to overcome.
I don't know.
Do you remember any frustrated?
Honestly, I don't know what does this exactly mean. What does this exactly mean? The frustrated experience. So the struggles we had. Say from the last time we missed the train in Kiev, when were getting back from Kiev, we missed the train, so we have to navigate ourselves to another train station, and not that many people spoke English very well, so we kind of struggled, and I was quite pissed that we missed the train and we had to buy another ticket, and I was tired, it was hot. So this was one of the
but it was a bit adventure,
frustrating experience. But as well as all these are the frustrating, but also exciting.
I'm not sure if it's that frustrated, but last year when we went to Munich, there was Oktoberfest at the time, and we couldn't find a place to stay over the night. So we just told ourselves, okay, so we have a tent in our car, so we will just go camping to the countryside, and I can say that it was one of the best nights. Like I was so refreshed in the morning because of the mountain air and everything. So it was a pretty nice experience at the end.
I can think of the difficulties you might have were to find cafes, because in the beginning, or several cities we did without a phone and without the GPS, so it was often that I have to open my laptop and try to find the address, and sometimes even the address is not the same, or often the cafes might change the address actually. So this might be the problematic part of all the guides, including ours guide, that cafes basically move or close in the bad situation. So this was a bit frustrating to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's really fun.
Otherwise, it's fun.
Really fun.
What can you do? We just travel and drink good coffee and talk with the best people in their field. So this is the greatest learning experience we could have, and it was our motivation actually. So let's go to the last question, right? About the specialty coffee in Europe. What do you think of that, and what do you think the trend will be?
Wow.
Well, we spend most of the time in Europe, so it's difficult for us to compare to US or to Asia or to Australia. So we have only the thing that we hear from people, from other people who travel. I had a chance to stay in US last year for a month or so. So I also visited some cafes over there, and so I think I think that it's not about the quality of coffee again.
It's about the people who are behind.
Well, what I want to say is that it's about the business. The business part of the specialty coffee is more developed over there. So it's like the bigger companies that have already several cafes, or the retail business is already developed, and so that's probably something that will grow also here. Some of the big players, big groceries start to also ship internationally. That is the big difference in Europe. Actually, the language, that every single country has a different one. That's why we are doing what we do in English to share the information in the way that everybody can understand. But also the shipping is much more difficult than in US, where basically you have the one provider and you can ship almost everywhere and almost for free. So here it's much more difficult. But some roasters in UK, perhaps even Germany and Scandinavia already ship internationally. So that's the nice thing. I think we are also building some kind of community. The guys from FSW Director trying to build the international community from Germany, from Europe. So this is the nice things.
Yeah. Well, I see. Well, for me, I see a big progress since we started 1 year ago. So it's like how many new cafes were opened, especially coffee in Prague or in Vienna, just behind borders. So I don't know. I can't say like what I think about the future, but looking back, it's really progressive moving, and still more and more people are motivated to learn more and to serve a great coffee. So and yeah.
And it's always already in Czech Republic we see it in the smaller cities or even towns that they starting to have their first specialty cafe, and this is the kind of the scheme that repeats everywhere. It started with one cafe, one roastery, and from there it spreads. And basically I don't think that we would be able to find in Europe any major city where there is nothing, where there is no the specialty coffee somehow already in place.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
yeah.
Okay.
So it was interesting. It was fun.
We didn't read it's funny because we didn't read the question before, so it was kind of like for us to improvise. So we hope you enjoy our answers. If you have more questions, please follow us, www.europeancoffeetrip.com, and we are on all social media, on Facebook,
Instagram,
even Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And YouTube, please check the videos that we did with William Davies, for example. If you are barista and want to learn something new, we are now translating them into 25 languages, so it will be available even in most of the Asian countries. So I hope it will be fun for you to watch and you will learn something. And yeah, we are ready for the next adventures.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.